Mad Dog, what? We only fuck with the Mad Dog. Mad Dog, what? We only fuck with the Mad Dog. Get your reviews from the Mad Dog. Subscribe to the Mad Dog. Like Mad Dog. Kill us. I only fuck with the Mad Dog. I only fuck with the Mad Dog. I only fuck with the Mad Dog.
When shit goes down, we on the upside. MDKS, third eye, make sure you subscribe. We the truest and provide the realest content. Take this shit serious like schools do a bomb press. Handing you the lines like you're trying to get our palms read. Mad Dog Killer Son means you beyond that. Third eye, thoughts wise, keep it listen, see. Mad Dog, step up authenticity.
That's what I've been working on, Mad Noise Productions. Y'all gonna hear a lot of shit. All this one there is C-Lou. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude you hear in the trailer doing his thing. Yo, a lot of shit going down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of interviews. Still trying to lock down that math hot for me if I'm not catching all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to give my prediction blog on the events that I plan to attend. So, first one is February 27th, starting 5, RBE. I've given that extensive coverage. I've done a lot of interviews. I did a prediction. You know what I'm saying? And RBE, ARP rather, and Lawrence have extended the red carpet to Mad Dog Killer Son MDKS, Third Eye Production. So we plan on being here. Salute, salute, salute. I'm looking at the starting 5 a little bit different than how a lot of other people have been looking at it now. And I'll tell you why I'm looking at it different. All the battles are judged, and we're putting it more in a team versus team concept. It's not just who won a battle, it's at the end of the day, which team won. And when you say starting 5, automatically you think about basketball. When I think about basketball, I think about Sue Surf. No, I'm just kidding, not Sue Surf. But it's like basketball, right? You ever notice you could play ball and somebody could drop 10, or you play 2K and somebody drop 10 or 15 points off the bench and you really don't feel it? But that 25 points from a dude that is starting and like he can get his own shots, like he's not waiting for somebody to set him up, it's like he's getting the hard buckets. You feel those? This is a different 20, 25 points than that 15 somebody just gets on the humble. I think this starting 5 is going to be similar to that. So I kind of rated the battles on the order of importance. The most important is Swave Sever versus Danny Myers. And Swave Sever is the leader of, you know, Team Hami, right? Even though they say they don't have a leader, they see Swave Sever as the face of Team Hami. He's going up against Danny Myers. We know that he battled Saga. I interviewed Swave. He's very confident against Danny. I think this is the battle that weighs in the most, right? It has the most amount of pressure on it. Swave really needs to solidify himself as the leader of Team Hobby and show them that he can get a W for them. Meanwhile, Danny Myers is very comfortable on the RBE stage, and for all intents and purposes, when you think about Writer's Block, you definitely think Danny Myers and Chilla Jones, you know, JC, Big Cannon, B-Match. Is this, when you look at this team, is this the starting 5 for Team Hobby? Because, to be honest with you, maybe aside from Oops, the starting 5 for Writer's Block, that's definitely a starting 5. Danny Myers, B-Magic, JC, and Big Cannon, that's definitely a starting 5 out of 4. Oops could be like your 6th man, to be honest with you. Alright, but if they wanted to have a starting 5, it would have been Danger Zone. Danger Zone would have rounded it out to be a starting 5. So I look at the starting 5 like for Writer's Block, they have 4 starters out of 5. You know what I'm saying? With Oops almost being like a 6th man, which isn't a bad thing. But this starting 5 definitely would have been Danger Zone in there. And for Team Hami, I could see Swave, Moneybags, and Jay Murder being the starting 5. I would have loved to have seen Lotta Zay and Ill Will in there, and I think that would have been a good starting 5 for them. Lotta Zay with his pen, you know, he's kind of up and down, but I definitely could see him in the starting 5. Swave Sever versus Danny Myers, I believe that Swave is going to pull an upset. I know a lot of people are thinking Danny's going to bar Swave's life away as bar after bar after bar, but I really think if Swave can do what he does best and really talk to Danny each and every round, he could pull off something that's more heartfelt than just somebody barring your life away. And let's face it, Swave really doesn't have a lot of angles you could come at him at. So the next battle that I have rated number 2 is Moneybags versus B Magic. Now this right here is, I think, has the potential to be the battle of the night. Moneybags is coming off a fire performance with Cyborg, and B Magic's coming off of a so-so performance where he's choked maybe 2 or 3 rounds out of his last battle. And I'm a huge fan of B Magic, especially live. He is a crowd pleaser. He's a puncher, like a Gatling gun. I think it's one of those things where it's a pendulum. You know what I'm saying? You have Moneybags coming in very high, very strong, and you have B Magic coming off of a loss and a very shaky performance. And they might just meet somewhere in the middle. And I'm hoping that the momentum of Moneybags can win over B Magic. I think B Magic needs one more battle before we get the regular B Magic, you know, and that'll probably be in the Double Impact or something like that. So I got 2-0. I got the battle going 2-0 for Team Hami so far, with the 2 most important battles going towards Team Hami in mind. The next battle is J Murder versus JC, which I have ranked 3rd as far as the litmus test or the weight of the battle. I have it ranked 3rd. But I'm not going to give you the predictions on that yet. I believe that's the one I want to leave for last. XL versus Big Cannon. This one is a simple one for me. I think XL has been improving all of 2015. XL has been improving, and I think Cannon is just so consistent, so lyrical, and his total package as far as a battle rapper is going to outclass XL. I think it's an easy pick 'em. I'm going with Cannon, so that has it at 2-1. Team Hami. Team Hami up 2-1 going into the 4th evaluation, if you will. Mac Myron versus Oops. Now, Mac Myron is an intimidating, aggressive type of battle rapper. Not real heavy scheme-wise, not real heavy with like the lyricism part of it, but he will get you with aggression. He might just try and Oops is, first of all, let me back up. I have this as the lowest weighted battle on the card. Alright? So Mac Myron versus Oops is lowest rated. These are 2 people that's probably not in the starting 5. If you started a team, they would not be on the starting team. And you know, their points, I don't think it's really gonna hurt the other team. Feel me? That's something sort of going at. Unless they have a performance that sort of knocks people's socks off. Oops has that ability. I don't know if Mac Myron has that ability. This battle, Mac Myron versus Oops, I believe Oops has so much in his talent box that if he chooses to outperform Mac Myron, he can win that way. If he chooses to out-rap Mac Myron, he can do it that way. So I believe Oops is going to win that one. I'm giving that one to Oops. I have it 2-2 going into the last battle. 2 for Team Hami, 2 wins for Team Hami, Swave and Moneybags, and 2 for Riders Box. Big Cannon, I think XL does have it. Let me just not write XL off. I think XL has an angle that he can win on Big Cannon, and that is to really try and just rap. He's gonna have to get personal with Big Cannon. He's gonna have to tell Big Cannon why his career in battle rap has not risen to being recognized as a top 10 battler anywhere he goes. He's gonna have to do that. I see Big Cannon as having all the skills to be a top 10 battler, but there's some things that you gotta do to get into that circle. You gotta get a little nastier, you gotta get a little bit more meaner, you gotta market yourself. And Big Cannon's been doing that lately. Well, let's see what happens in 2016. Might just be in people's top 10 after 2016 is over. Which leads me to the deciding battle. J Murder versus JC. And here's what I think is gonna happen. I think J Murder is incredibly talented. I've been around J Murder. I think J Murder's aura is just so believable. Team Hami's aura is just so believable as a team, as people as industry, people that talk that shit and know how to live it. And I think J Murder is gonna come in there on some, I'm this type nigga. And if you ain't this type nigga, you can't stand on the same stage as me. And I think JC is like, yo, I'm that type nigga, but I'm also a bar you to death scheme, and just his wordplay, his performance, his delivery, JC's delivery is so top notch. And he very rarely gives you a bad performance. He only had that one performance in London where he didn't get his money right, and he kind of choked up and gave us a performance we've never seen from JC. He always steps up. He gave us some classic battles at RBE stage. Let's face it, RBE gets people to battle at their highest level. And I think if you get JC at his highest level and you get J Murder at his highest level, you got to pick JC, right? So I'm saying JC is going to win versus J Murder in a very close battle, I think, but I think he's going to win 2-1. So they're like, oh, wait a minute, Mad Dog. You said you predicted Team Hami winning, yet you picked 3 Writer's Blocks victories versus 2 Team Hami victories. Well, how could that be? Well, here's the way I see it. When you rank the weight of the wins, the importance, I think if Swave beats Danny and if Moneybags beats B Magic, those 2 wins are so important. With a good showing, just a good showing from J Murder is enough to say, you know what? In my eyes, it's a win for Team Hami. I think Team Hami's coming away with that W if Swave and Moneybags wins. That's all they need to do, have Swave and Moneybag wins. But let's keep it a buck. If Oops and Mac Myron don't show up, who's really gonna care? And that leaves you with, what if it was just 4-4? JC, don't you think Swave beating Danny Myers and Moneybags beating B Magic is worth more than Cannon beating XL, Oops winning versus Mac Myron? If you take Mac Myron and Oof off the card, if JC beats J Murder and Cannon beats XL, you can say, hey, that's nice, but I'd much rather have the Swave versus Moneybags, the Swave and Moneybags win versus the JC and Cannon win. That's what I'm saying. All right, February 27th, starting 5. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about that dynamic, the weight of the wins. Not just the score column, but the weight of the wins. All right, we're looking at something different. I don't want to just give y'all the same bullshit every day.
Son, needs to do beyond that. Third eye, thoughts wise, keep it listen, see. Mad Dog, stand for authenticity.